When we first met, actually, um, a my uncle, Carl, he's the same age as I am, but I had to call him uncle. Anyway, he told a guy at work, why don't you ask Marlin to join Jerry in an evening, get together. And he kept putting it off, but he does that a lot. What I mean is, he's the kind of a guy that helps people date. Wait, I meet this girl. Yeah, I'll meet this girl. Well, anyway, so that happened. Now, in the meantime, I had taken a shower and had done, my hair was all wet and everything, because every single person in my apartment had all gone out. They were not there. In a whole year, I mean, you're glad to get a few minutes to yourself. So I decided I'm just going to take a shower, take as long as I want. Usually you have to take about a 10-minute one or less, because there wasn't enough electric heat in the water. Anyway, so I just threw everything together. I thought, oh my gosh, he's going to be coming here. I know him. He drives fast. So here he comes, and he was here faster than even I thought. So I just pulled a coat on, and I thought, boy, this is going to be a winner. I'm going to impress this guy to date me. And I thought, what if he's not nice? What if you don't like him? You don't want to go through that. I've done all of this rigmarole, running around and and he's not going to be anything. And I thought, oh no. I went out, and he didn't even get out of the car. Nobody got out of the car. I had to open it myself. It's in the back. And anyway, I sat down and I looked over at Marlin, and I thought, I'm not impressed. He had a big coat on. It was bigger than he was. It was like huge. It was just a big old puffy thing. And I thought, well, where does he start? How big is he? And I thought, this is kind of weird. And he had gloves on, and well, it was cold. But anyway, we just took off, and I thought, well, where are we going? Well, they just wanted to drive around a little bit to get us out. So we did that for about 15, 20 minutes, and then he all of a sudden he brought us back to my apartment. And I thought, all of this for this? Just that little bit of a meeting somebody? That was dumb. We could have stood at the back door and talked. We didn't have to get anywhere. Anyway, and then we wanted to really talk. And the guy driving, I've got to get back to work. I'll think of something, but we can't. We got to get out of here. My girlfriend has to go to the bathroom. And I says, oh, well, just come with me, and we'll take you into the bathroom and everything. And he says, no, we got to take Marlin home, and we got all this to do, and we better get going because she's going to wet. He was, kind of a guy that would just say any old thing, and that's what he does. And I said, okay. And Marlin says, well, Bennett, I'll walk with you. And I thought, well, that'll probably be the biggest we've had alone the whole time we're here. So he walked me over to his door, and we couldn't get away. That's when we really broke down and started to talk. And I was ready to talk, but he wasn't, and I wasn't going to outdo him. I didn't want to do that. So anyway, we talked for about 5 minutes, and all of a sudden the horn was going. He wanted us to get out of there and get in here and just, let's get this over with. So I said to him, well, I'm glad we had this time to get to know each other, that kind of a thing. And he said something like, oh yeah, he's quiet. And then he started to walk away, and he says, when do you think we should visit again? Something like that. I said, about tomorrow, but I didn't do it. I thought, let's get going. That's what all the other girls did at college, they just have a date. But anyway, so he waited 2 weeks or 3, can't remember. And his guy that took us over, he went over to him at work. Well, have you made the date? When are you going to go out your first date? I don't know. And he says, I haven't called her. And he says, what do you mean you haven't called her? I wouldn't put all this effort into this. And look what you do. You don't even make a date with him. And anyway, So he called and he said, you know, we're gonna go out on a date. And I said, we are? And he says, yeah, I'd like to take you to Salt Lake. It's like, yes, I haven't been to Salt Lake yet. I want to go to Salt Lake. Well, I had no idea, but he took me clear down there. He took me down to the place where you're going up a hill and it brings you down. They've got one of those that have a different personality to it. I can't remember what it's called.
Gravity Falls or Gravity Hill.
Oh, Gravity Hill. We had to go up to, and I thought, I want to go and do something special. And he says, oh, it'll be special. And so we did that. And Dave, tell him what it means, Gravity Hill.
You park your car at the bottom and it feels like you're backing up the hill.
Yeah, it pulls it. It was in national news and all kinds of everything. Anyway, we got out of there. We didn't go very many, maybe a mile from there. And was the Salt Lake Temple. I saw that and I thought, oh, it's been a long time since I've seen the Salt Lake Temple. And he picked that restaurant that was right across from it. You go up in there and you're sitting right at the temple. It's just a few feet away from you. And there's Angel Moroni. And
Hotel Utah.
Oh, yeah. It was a Hotel Utah. And the guy says, what would you like to eat? They weren't busy yet. And I said, I don't know. I didn't want anything to, it was like, you don't have to fix the food or anything. I'll just sit here and have a drink or something, And he says, no, you got to have a whole meal. These are really good meals. So I ordered
salmon.
I ordered salmon. I thought, wow, and I'm going to have something I don't normally have at a restaurant. So I had salmon. Salmon? The guy was put out. He says, salmon? Everybody gets something else. And don't you want to do what they do? And I said, no, I want a salmon. And your dad says, I'll have a steak. Steak dinner. And I thought, well, no, you're doing the opposite. But I didn't say it, And we just visited and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked and talked. And then we found out that I thought, okay, now we ate. We looked out the window all we could. We were the number one people in the whole restaurant that got the best place to sit. We didn't want to give it up. They said, it's very seldom anybody gets to sit here. And I thought, well, I'm not leaving. We're going to stay here and talk. But he wanted to he looked at his watch and he had to go somewhere else. So we got down and went to a movie. And I thought, I didn't want to see a movie. I was there at the Hotel Utah. But I thought, well, this ought to be fun. Well, we sat down and all of a sudden, your dad, well, anyway, Marlin stood up and he says, oh, there's my brother. I thought, what in the heck's he doing down here? He never goes to Salt Lake. And he says, oh, he came for a movie. And I wanted to see it too. And I thought, oh, now it's been planned. And I didn't know it. And I thought, oh, but okay, it better be good. I thought in my head. And I looked over there and he's got his wife and his one or two kids and everything. And they're all doing this because they're old fashioned and they're hi. And I thought, oh, brother, we're far away from it. Thank heavens. I thought, man, I thought it was just us, but now I've got to make, talk to them and everything. So we get watching the show and it's out of this world. It's a war.
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Yeah, bridge over the River Kwai. You take someone out on a nice date and you're going to a terrible thing. And I just sat there and looked around at everybody else and I thought, is everybody else bored? And they weren't. They were the people that picked it out. I didn't pick it out. And so afterwards, then his brother and their family come running over. Did you like it? Did you like it? No. I mean, I couldn't say that, but that's what I never thought of anybody take me to a war show. It was terrible too. But anyway, we then we got out of there, went to the car, and then your dad was just like I am right now. He was just like this. He was just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. He was talking about what he had when he was a kid, and as a what he likes to do, all that kind of stuff. And that was the whole trip. And then he says, "Oh, he had the windows rolled down." And I said, "Oh, what'd you do that for?" "Because the car's hot." I said, "What does that mean?" "It means that we can't go too much further without adding some more oil." And I thought, "Oh my gosh, what have we got in here? Now we have to go all the way back to Ogden and everything, and maybe that's not going to make it." He said, "That's okay, I've got more oil." And I thought, I think we should go home now.
The heater was stuck on high.
Oh, the meter was stuck. So anyway, we went back into Portland and Ogden. And then he always likes to buy a milkshake. And so here I am, I'm all full, the big meal. And he likes to go get a milkshake. And I thought, oh, I won't do that. And I didn't say it. I just said, oh, let's go. So we like to go into drive-ins. That was the beginning of those. And we just got milkshakes, and he got the biggest they have. And I had a little bitty one, like a kid's one. I don't understand how this works, but anyway. And then he took me home. And just before I went in, it was late. It was early morning. And all my roommates that normally stay late and get in the lady that owns the place, she doesn't like anybody to come in after 1. And I was the one that did. And I thought, oh, this is neat. I'm going in before everybody else. And then I get in my bed and everything. And then, Sherry, how did it go? I said, well, you're not going to hear it tonight. I'm tired. So next day, they were all lined up. Tell us about your date. So they would have heard this, what I just told you. Because that's how it went. And he didn't wait too much longer, and we dated again, and then it never stopped. We were always together after the school and so forth.